Hey there guys, today I'm here to give you my personal review on the Leatherman rebar. Now, first things first, of course, it's a pair of pliers with a bunch of tools on it. As you know, if you know what a Leatherman is, most of the time it's one of these bad boys. They have variants of them that are like wrenches and scissors and all that. But most of them, and what they're really famous for, is their multi-tools like this one. Now this is the rebar. The most purchased one in like the world right now, I believe, is the Wave. That's what I carried before this, and I saw this, and I've been thinking about this for a while. But when I saw it at Lowe's, I was like, I might as well try it. Now, real quick before I get into what's on it, it comes with this great leather sheath, really thick leather, really nice leather, made in Mexico. Has a nice snap on there. It's very compact. It's not all bulky. Got a good thick belt loop there. Very sturdy and good and well put together. Like this a lot. I've only had this for about 3 days now, but I can already tell I love it. It has a bunch of the same tools as the Wave, but it's missing a few, which I'm okay with. Didn't use all of the tools on the Wave. I wanted to give them up for what's on here that I want. One big thing that's different from the Wave is all the tools are on the inside instead of the outside. Now, so when you pull out the serrated blade and you close her on up like this, and you're going to want to whittle or cut with something, nothing's on the outside other than these two locks. That leaves nothing to really mess with your hands. I mean, the locks maybe a little bit, but they're not something so big that's going to really bug you. Whereas on the Wave, which I don't have with me, I lost it a few days ago right after I got this. The Wave, there's a knife here and like a file here, and they stick out and they dig into your hand, so you can't really be comfortable when you're doing stuff with it. That's one of the main reasons I had gotten this, is because it has that feature. So now I'll show you what it has on it. I don't know the exact count off the top of my head of how many tools it has on here, but I can tell you what I use the most and what I find the most useful in my day-to-day life. So let me just, I don't know why I pulled the knife on this side first. That's just dangerous. I believe I'll be okay though. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, there. Kind of see everything. We will start right here. This right here is a lanyard hole. It swings out and will sit right about here. It can pivot. So it's really nice and handy if you want to put a lanyard on there. For me personally, my multi-tool doesn't need a lanyard, because I will most of the time have it in here. But if I ever do what I did with the Wave and just drop the sheathing or the holster or whatever you want to call it, I may put a lanyard on there just to make it easier to grab out of my pocket. Next we have the file. It's two-sided and three-sided technically. This edge is like kind of serrated here, not serrated as much as just like a really flat saw. Next we have a small flathead screwdriver / scraper. It's kind of sharpened a little bit there so you can scrape with it, but it makes it like nice. Next we have the awl, the leather awl. It can be used for a ton of things just like this one. Then we have the large flathead screwdriver neck, and also be used for a pry bar if you're careful. It can't really do a ton, but it can be a pry bar. Then next on here is one of the tools I love the most, and I'm a huge knife guy. I love knives a ton. I make them and all that. And the knife. This is a huge tool for me that I use a ton. I use this right here and this a ton. The file for when I make knives and stuff, and the knife just for all around use. So these are all just great tools that we have here. Very useful. Let me just close it up so it's a little easier to manage. Next I will show you this. Here is measurements in inches, and then over here we have centimeters. Not sure how many inches it has on it, but I'm gonna say it's about 8. So on this side it has 8 inches, and then it has about 20 centimeters on the other side, give or take. I'm not positive. Over here we'll start with the serrated blade. It's kind of rounded here. It's sheep's toe, I'm not sure. I messed up in my last video. I still don't know the exact terminology for that, but that could be used in like a rescue situation, so that not to cut someone or stab someone, you can cut with it, so it's great. Next, we have the saw. This is great for camping. This tool is also great for camping, just overall. This is a great little saw. The teeth go both ways, so you're going in and out and getting a ton more use for the shorter size. You're maybe thinking, Clay, it's a really short blade. Not gonna do a ton? It will, trust me. I don't know how much you're gonna use this. It all depends on who you are, but I don't know, it's a good tool. Next, we have the screwdriver, the Phillips head. Now, as you saw, we still have the 2 flat heads, and then we have this. On the Wave, this is an upgrade from the Wave, because on the Wave, it had the flathead and the Phillips in one, and it was just a tiny little short bit that you could flip and switch over. Now this is just a solid one that doesn't do that, of course, which is good because it's longer. The other one was about half this size. This one gives you about an extra 1/4 of an inch, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is because you can get in more tight places with this. Next, I don't know if you can classify it as what I'm going to call it, but it's a can opener / bottle opener. Mostly bottle opener, but you can open a can with this if you really want to. Alright, let me close this bad boy up. Right over here. They're all so sharp, I just don't want to cut myself. Finally, we're to the heart of this tool. Some tools may be the heart of it on this for other people, but basically this is just the center and what holds it all together. Up in here, between these 2 legs, we have the wire cutter. It's some sort of wire cutter. I think it's heavy wire cutter, or standard wire cutter, I think is what it's called, or a wire crimper, I'm not positive. Then we have fine wire cutters in here and heavy wire cutters out here, and then we have needle nose pliers, of course. Now, one big upgrade from the Wave on this is, as you can see, there's a bolt there. If you mess up these, you can replace them. On the Wave, you can't. My mistake was I tried cutting something that was way too much for the cutters with the Wave when I first got it. Ever since it's stuck closed. It's not like stuck, but when you're trying to open it back up, it would go like this. And like, it would stay closed when I did that. So one arm would go like this. So it's nice to be able to switch that out if you ever want to without having to buy an entirely new tool or send your tool back, because it saves a ton of time if you can just get that part really easy. This is also quite a bit lighter, I believe, than the Wave. Not positive, but as you can see, the Wave doesn't have this right here. If you've seen the Wave, I wish I had it right now. I would talk about it a ton, and you should have it, and I'm sorry, but I don't. But this is a lot lighter than the Wave, and it's just a lot more comfortable in the hand than the Wave. I like the look a little bit more too. It's also not as many sharp edges on it, which is one big thing I said earlier. It kind of just, but that's just general. It's less sharp edges and it's nicer looking and stuff. But they did cut a lot of metal off of it. This wasn't after the Wave. It was not modeled to be different than the Wave or anything, but technically speaking, there's a lot cut off from the Wave compared to this. So there's a ton more on the Wave than, never mind. But all in all, slides in the sheath very nicely. And right there, I did mess up the button a little bit, but I don't know how I did that. I think I just rolled on the pavement, which of course is gonna happen, but it's not a defect or anything, it's good. So this runs about 60 bucks. Would I recommend it? 110%. I've had it for 3 days and I can already say I love it. It's been on my belt every day since, and yeah, why not pick one up? As always, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, love you guys. Peace.